Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Digitrek session. My name's Karen Graham and I'm with TAFE Queensland. Before we start today, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and welcome any First Nations people joining us today. For today's session, I'm going to hand you over to Shenny to take you through all things digital marketing. Thank you, Shenny.
You're welcome, and thank you, Karen, for inviting me here today and spending some time to explain a little bit about digital marketing and how you can actually use that in your business to create extra sales. I am going to share my screen now, so if you just bear with me 1 second. Excellent. Karen, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well, again, thank you all for attending our introductory session for digital marketing. We're also going to discuss a little bit about some micro-credential courses that's available. So in my 1 hour session today, hopefully it does go for an hour. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. I'll either stop throughout the session or Karen will be able to interrupt and say, hey, Shenny, here's a question as well. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions for everyone that's on today. Our hour in session will include an introduction to outline digital marketing as a multi-pronged approach, understanding the cost of acquiring a new customer. Now, this is really, really important for every business because it does cost to get new customers, but how much does it cost? And is it worth it for you? And what platforms do you actually want to work with acquiring new customers for your business? Okay, because at the end of the day, the goal of each business to grow is to actually get more customers. All right, so how are you going to do that? And what's it going to look like? And also I'll have an activity to assist in the understanding of the lifetime value of a customer. Really, really important to not only understand your acquisition cost, but your lifetime value of the customer. How much is this customer actually going to be worth to you? A little bit about my background. My name is Shenny Neveceral and I've been in business for over 30 years. I've been in business from building and managing small businesses right to multi-million-dollar companies. So when it comes to business and acquiring customers and really digital strategy, I've really got a good hold on it. I've also got a business degree and many years experience in marketing. And I've also managed Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns for businesses of all sizes. So my primarily focus at the moment with my digital agency is Facebook and Instagram paid ads. Okay, now, as I'll speak about later on, there is a multi-pronged approach to digital marketing. And one of those approaches is Facebook and Instagram paid ads. I've got an official certification with Facebook where I'm a certified Facebook media buyer. And I also specialize in Facebook, Instagram, but also now TikTok. And I may mention TikTok a little bit down the track. We won't focus so much on that. However, I do want to, at this time, explore different options with social media, meaning that things move with the times. And what worked 10 years ago might not necessarily work today, or it might just evolve from what it was, 2 or 3 years ago. TikTok is one of those platforms that is evolving very, very quickly. And it's something that every business or every person, although you might not be 100% on it, because a lot of people think that it's teeny boppers that are on this platform, to actually understand how it's working, why it's working, and what's attracting people to it. And even if you don't want to be fully entwined in it, and that's absolutely fine because everyone has their favorite platforms, to actually understand why this platform is so popular and understand how your business can be incorporated in this platform as it grows. Because mark my word, it will grow. It has grown, it will grow, and it will get even bigger. So it's a platform for all business owners to actually really be aware of. So that's my background. And I really dealing with customers every day and clients who are in business, I actually have seen a real discrepancy or maybe a lack of understanding of some major concepts that are in business and digital marketing. And that's what I wanted to share with everyone today, and how this can actually help you in your business. So digital marketing as a multi-pronged approach. Basically, people may think digital marketing is basically Facebook ads. When I put a Facebook ad, I'll get all this new business and it will be amazing for me. It's actually not like that, because to be honest with you, Facebook advertising in gaining a new customer might be 20 or 30% of your marketing approach. So if you just concentrate just on that 20 or 30%, it might not complete the picture, and you most likely won't get the optimal results that you could if you use this multi-pronged approach, which actually caters for 100% of a digital marketing strategy. Okay, and we'll go through what some of these multi-prongs are that will actually create a digital marketing strategy for your business. So the first thing that we're going to be discussing is paid and organic, understanding the difference and mix required for a paid and organic social media presence. The second thing we're going to talk about is social media avenues available. There are so many different social media platforms available. Which one is best for your business? So we're going to outline the different social media platforms and marketing platforms available for business. And thirdly, we're going to discuss utilizing the platforms available, understanding how to use these various marketing platforms for your business. So let's start first with our paid and organic strategy. Some of you may know what paid and organic is and the difference between it, but I will start from the very basics here for those that don't understand it, and then we can build that foundation and grow from there. So basically, organic marketing is using resources without paid advertising. So you're not paying the platform any money. Okay, a lot of these platforms are free. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn. The basis of all those social media platforms are free. Now, I always compare to, the olden days, say, for example, 10 years ago. But basically, if you wanted to be in a newspaper, you couldn't just be in there unless you actually got an article written about you, but you usually just paid. So that's paid media. Organic marketing is using resources without paid advertising. So it may include posting on your business page. If you have a Facebook business page, just posting on there. Posting in groups. There are Facebook groups that are free to join and free to participate in, and getting your name out there organically. So for LinkedIn, you can just post on your LinkedIn account and you can start talking to people. And that's why they call it social media, because it's all about being social and connecting with people and sharing with people, educating people. And you can do that on your with your business on social media platforms like Facebook. Have a business page, post on your business page about educational things, about your promotions, about behind the scenes. All these different things are organic strategies and work very, very well. Okay, so it is very, very important to actually keep your organic strategies going, because even if you do have paid ads going, people will always go to your business page and look for you. They want to understand who you are, what you do. Do I trust them? What services do you offer? How do I contact you? This is all organic because it's all should be presented on your business page. You've got an area to put in your website, your contact details, and then it's up to you to actually be posting in these social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, to help people understand what you do, how you work, the details of any offers or things that you might have available. And it's an education process. You probably understand for yourself, if you do go to a business page and you have a look at this business, you're thinking, are they any good? You go there and the last time they posted was 2017. And you'd be thinking, are these people still in business? Okay, put yourself in your audience's shoes. What would I think if I went to your business page today? Would I be educated? Would I understand what you do? Would I actually trust you? Or would I be going, are these guys still in business? So very important to use organic strategies in your business. Now, personally, I actually would post around 3 times a week on my Facebook and Instagram pages on your organic side, okay? And have a strategy together. You don't need to actually get up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, it's Wednesday, I need to post. No, do it a month in advance. You can schedule that in Creator Studio right inside of Facebook's platform and schedule it for the next month. So then you know you're having education behind the scenes, perhaps a testimonial. Then you have another week, you might have a testimonial about yourself, any offers that you've got, etc. So then you're not just going, oh, you know, testimonial, all in 1 week, because people don't want to see the same things all the time. They want variation and they want it to be exciting. So plan your schedules, get your organic marketing up and going. Now, people say to me, well, basically, I do post on my page, but I'm lucky if, you know, 2% of people actually see it, you know, 2 or 3 people might like it, and that's about it. Why am I spending so much time on my organic strategy and posting on Facebook and Instagram if no one's seeing it? And that's a really good question, because the fact is that only in 2022, only around 3% of people are actually seeing your post. And you go, well, hang on, why do I need it? Let me give you a bit of background. 10 years ago, if you had 10,000 followers on Facebook and you posted something on Saturday, you might have had an offer, 2-for-1 special. All those 10,000 people would actually see it. Now, you actually had obviously spent a lot of time building up those 10,000 followers, okay? And when they saw it, it was fantastic because you got a lot of sales straight away without paying any ads. But Facebook had a long-term plan. Fast forward that to 5 years ago, if you had 10,000 followers on your page and on a weekend, you posted an offer 2-for-1. Only around half of those people would see it. So around 5,000 people. Now, businesses at this stage were saying, well, you know, that's not too bad. It's free. I'm not paying any money and I'm still getting half the people that are seeing it. You know, it's better than nothing. I am a bit disappointed, but it's still working for me. Okay, fast forward that to 2 years ago. If you had 10,000 followers on your business page and you promoted your weekend special, you get around 2,000 people that would see it. Now, at this stage, people were going, this is not good. Okay, I've got 10,000 people, not many people are seeing it. I don't know, how do I get more people to see it? So Facebook came up with a great solution. They go, well, if you want people to see it, pay us some money and we'll get more people to see it. Fast forward that to now, if you had 10,000 followers on your business page, you'd have around 2 to 3%. So about 200 people would actually see your post. Basically useless. Okay, so this is where it's pay for play. So what you need to do now is, if you want more people to see your posts, you need to pay for it. Does that mean that posts on your page are useless because only 200 people are seeing it out of 10,000? No, it's not. As I mentioned before, organic strategies are very important because people will come from your ads, they'll go to your page and they'll decide whether they can trust you. So if there is nothing on there, they won't be able to trust you. They won't want to do business with you. So this is where I talk about a multi-pronged approach. You've got paid ads and now you've got organic strategy. Okay. You've also got organic strategies with email marketing as well. And I think that we might go into that a little bit later on. So you might get a new customer. How are you going to nurture them later on? Okay. You need to have things to nurture people, because it's no use paying money to get a new customer and letting them go right out the door. You're basically going to waste your money. Once you get the customer, they're like gold. It's your responsibility as the business owner to keep that relationship going, keep in front of their face and make sure that they are aware that you're there, you're trustworthy, you're educating them, and you're the forefront of your industry. So when they need someone in your industry, okay, if they need someone that they're looking for, you're the first person to come to mind. And that's what this multi-pronged approach is being in front of your audience in different ways at different times and ensuring that you're building that trust. That might be Facebook posts, it might be Instagram posts, it might be LinkedIn posts, it might even be Snapchat, Twitter, it could also be TikTok, okay? People are on different platforms. We're not all on the one platform, but also having email marketing. Then you're actually nurturing the post-commitment stage. Now, I also do for my clients is actually just having a post that I put some money behind. each week. So if I have 3 posts a week, what we'll do is we'll grab one of those posts and pay a bit of money for it to go out to everyone. Is it there to get a call to action or for them to actually buy? No, it's not. The purpose of that post is for me to be in my audience's face, or the client to be in the audience's face. Then they'll just go, oh yeah, I remember those people. That's it. That's all they'll do. And then they might see it again in 3 or 4 days' time. Oh yeah, I remember those people. That's it. And then perhaps they'll see an ad that will come up, a paid ad. Oh yeah, I remember those people. And then they might get an email the next day. Oh, I remember those people. So you've actually been in their face, you know, a certain amount of times, and that's where they'll actually remember you. So it brings it back down to, if I just decided to do one thing, then you're not going to have that multi-pronged approach. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to find the best platforms for your business and be active on them. So social media avenues available. I've discussed a little bit of them. The major social media platforms available are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, and Snapchat. And I'm sure that there are other ones as well, but in Australia, that's probably the most. There's obviously lots of different platforms around the place. You should include email marketing into your digital strategy. There are so many businesses that I speak to that want to do Facebook ads, and I say to them, I actually chat with people before I take them on board, because we need them to be having this multi-pronged approach. Otherwise, I would rather say to them, no, you're not Facebook ads ready. Okay. So I ask them, do you have an email marketing strategy there? How often do you send an email out? What is your strategy? Again, you don't need to go, oh, it's Wednesday again. Uh-oh, let me go and create an email. No, have them planned out for the month. Have them scheduled so it will go out automatically, and have them planned in conjunction with your organic strategies, your paid strategies, and your email marketing. Okay. So if you've got an offer on, no use just doing it on one platform. Why don't you do it on all your platforms in a different way? And then people will be able to get that information in different ways, but the same. You know, it used to say that before you need 7 to 10 touch points to be able to gain the trust of a customer and actually get them on board. With social media now, when we've got so many things in front of us in our newsfeed, in TikTok, in all the videos and everything like that, we've got an insurmountable amount of information being thrown at us every minute. Okay, so my attention span has gone from here right down to here. So when I say 7 to 10 touch points, it could be more. I don't know what the stats are, but I would estimate it's probably now 20 to 30 touch points before I will actually remember who you are, what you do, and take notice of what you are actually offering. So just to be in someone's face once is not good enough now. And you actually have to be on top of the game, right? It's no use doing your social media substandard, because you might as well not even do it at all. Okay. When you are doing your social media, make sure you're at a fantastic standard, and people will know who you are, what you do, and they're going to know that you're professional. So each of those platforms has their position in a business, and your business needs to choose where your audience is. I'm not telling you to do 3 posts a day on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, Snapchat. Otherwise, you need a whole team to do that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying find out where your client, your customer avatar or your ideal client is, and choose a couple of platforms and become a master at them. Okay, become a master, understand the platform, understand how it works, understand how clients are attracted, how you want to get them involved in your business, communicating, sharing, engaging with your posts and things like that. Work it out and master that platform. Utilizing the platforms available. You need to build trust with your audience, okay? And that's a #1 thing. Trust is so important. You know, before we used to be able to go on, go to shops, and a lot of people still do, but a lot of people also now purchase and do transactions online, okay? But before, when we used to go into a shop, you'd go to and walk into the shopkeeper and go, hi, how you going? Can they go, fantastic. Don't you love it? I love your top. I love all those polka dots. It makes you look so nice. Why, thank you. Okay, so you've built that relationship. All of a sudden, hey, this person is so nice. They're telling me that I look beautiful today. And that's exactly how I wanted to feel. So now I'm open to them. I trust them. And then they can start trying to sell to me. However, we don't have that luxury on social media. Okay, I'm in front of you in an ad or a post. How do I build that relationship with you? It's very important to build that relationship. We still need to do marketing the same way as we did it before. We still need to build that relationship before someone will make that commitment to do business with us. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you do that on social media? Okay, you need to find out who your ideal customer is. And this is called a customer avatar. Now, if you haven't done a customer avatar for your business, I highly suggest that you do it now. You can Google them, and there's lots of different avatars out there that you can actually fill in to understand who your customer avatar is. It's called your ideal customer. And the theme of a customer avatar is that you choose one person who is your ideal customer. Have a look what they look like, and then start thinking about strategies about talking to that one person. It might be a woman who's 35, who has 2 kids, etc., etc. So when you're creating your digital strategy, you can create it around your ideal customer, because the better you can speak to your customer, the more chance you have of converting them. It's no use having a beautiful dress, a pink polka dot dress, okay, and that's what you're selling to your ideal customer, and then go and try and sell it to a man that's 65. Not going to work, okay? The better you understand your customer, the better you can speak to them about it. So use that multi-pronged approach that I was speaking about, your emails, your posts, your ads. There's SMS marketing now as well. You need to be at the forefront of your customer's mind. Okay, if I receive an email and then half an hour later or an hour later, the next day, I get an SMS. Then I go onto Facebook. I log onto Facebook. I see you in Facebook. I get out of Facebook. I go into Instagram. I see you on Instagram. Wow, you remember who you are. And one thing I say to my clients and to everyone that I teach about digital marketing is that it's your responsibility as a business owner to do whatever it takes to build that trust. Only when you have built that trust can you take your customer through the customer journey. Okay, a customer journey is basically taking them through the steps involved in actually closing that transaction that you want, whether that is for lead generation, whether that's providing their name and email, whether it's booking a call, or whatever your call to action or your final goal is in your strategy. Or if you're an e-commerce client, what are you going to do to take them through that journey to be able to, for them to actually make that purchase, get their credit card out, put it in and make that purchase. So it's not always a, hey, will you just buy this product from me? And I'll go, yes. Sometimes it's a few steps or a lot of steps, depending on the price of your product. Okay, it might be a lot of steps that you need to take them through, small little steps to take them through to for the goal of what your call to action is on your strategy. Do we have any questions with that? I'm just going to go to chat and see if we have any questions. No? Oh, good. Excellent. Well, I'll keep going now. And I wanted to talk about the second part of today's program, which I think is really important for every business owner. And it's actually talking about acquiring a new customer and the lifetime value of a customer. And the reason why I wanted to bring this out is because I have clients that approach me and say, I want to do some Facebook and Instagram paid ads, okay? And I want to make a lot of money on that. And then after a while they go, this is not making money for me. I don't think that ads are working for me, or you're not doing a good job, or whatever it might be, or the previous agency didn't do a good job because I'm not making enough money. I'm making a loss. I'm not getting ahead with these ads. The ad costs are too much. It's just not for my business. However, a lot of the time it actually is for their business and it is benefiting their business, but they actually didn't understand the concept of acquiring that new customer and actually using the multi-prong approach to actually make use of this new customer that they otherwise wouldn't have got, and to actually make money from that customer. So what I'm actually going to speak to you about is the cost per acquisition. okay, which is basically calculating the cost to acquire a new customer. Now, there are different costs involved. Now, 10 years ago, when we advertised in a newspaper, we would pay the newspaper $10,000 to put an ad out for us, okay? Very easy. A lot of the time, we didn't even know how much money we actually made from that ad. Okay, it was out there. Did we get customers? Well, the phones were ringing a little bit more, but I wasn't sure exactly how many, extra sales that we got from it. However, with digital marketing now, we actually have all the data available. So if someone comes to your website from Facebook, we'll actually have that data available to be able to look at the data and to report on how effective your digital strategy is, which makes it very important because now we are really returns based. Okay, so what we need to understand what the cost is to acquire that new customer. Very important because, as I mentioned before, your business won't grow unless you acquire new customers. So we need to have a look at the scenario of getting new customers. Okay, what is the cost? Now, remember, getting a new customer is basically going out to a cold audience or an audience that otherwise wouldn't have heard about you before. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got this sale if we hadn't have done the ad. Okay, and I refer that to as a cold audience, people who otherwise wouldn't have heard about you before. Now, the second part of acquiring a new customer and the lifetime value of a customer is increasing the initial sale. You need to understand the concept of upselling and cross-selling to a customer. Okay, and this is probably more of an e-commerce product-based store. Okay, because a lot of the time you can do this step if in a lead generation, if you are actually talking to a client, if they've booked in a session with you, you can obviously do this face-to-face, okay? But if you don't have that opportunity to do it face-to-face, you'll need to do it on your website. And also calculating and understanding the lifetime value of the customer. How much is this one person, this 35-year-old female that I've received as my customer that I otherwise wouldn't have received if I didn't do ads? How much are they actually worth to me? And is it worth it? Okay, so let's talk about our first step, which is the cost per acquisition. So you need to understand how much it's costing you to acquire a new customer, your cold audience, that you otherwise would not have had if it wasn't for social media. Okay, so you need to understand how much it's costing you. If it's paid advertising, you need to know how much the ad costs are. And again, Facebook will actually show you all that data in the back end of Facebook in Ads Manager. And also any other costs that are involved in acquiring that customer. That might be free product that you're giving away as a bait. It might be agency costs, etc. So you need to understand all these costs and put them down. And you also need to understand the cost of the product or service in your calculations as well. Okay, it might seem a simple concept, but you'd be really surprised how many people actually don't know this. And they're easy just to say, yes, Facebook ads are really good or Facebook ads aren't good without actually looking at the data. The data and the numbers, as in any business, I've been in business for 30 years. If you don't know the numbers in your business, you need to take a step back and understand that first before you can actually start digital marketing. So that's your cost of acquisition. The second part is, okay, I've got this person in the door, the 35-year-old female, okay, and they're going to buy from me, but it's going to cost me X amount in the Facebook ad, X amount for the agency, X amount for the product, X amount for any promotions that I might be doing, okay? But they're only buying one thing or two things, okay? So what you need to do is you need to say to them, would you like to buy your fries with that? Okay, how do you think that McDonald's became so successful in upselling and cross-selling? By actually just asking that one question. Now, most of the time, people are not agitated when you actually ask them, would you like this? Would you like that? They actually feel like you're caring for them because you're thinking about different ways that may help them. Okay, so it's really also a trust building thing as well. People will go, oh, fantastic. Yeah, thanks for thinking. Either yes, I want it, or no, I don't. And that's absolutely fine either way. So once you've calculated your average order value or your AOV, you'll need to try and increase your customer's initial order. Again, by offering extra products or services, which will get your customers spending more with you. It's like the, would you like fries with that? Okay. Now, when you're an e-commerce store and you have a website, a lot of the websites, Shopify, WooCommerce, they all have upsells and cross-sells. That's what we call upsells and cross-sells. Would you like this extra thing? If you've bought perhaps some water, you would say, would you like a cup to drink that water with? Okay. Or you might have a cross-sell that says, we've got this beautiful case, perhaps, as a cross-sell that you can use with your water. Funny example, but if you know Shopify and WooCommerce, they all have either apps or programs that you can actually put into your Shopify or WooCommerce, and they will provide automatic upsells, cross-sells. They'll have a look at your website and go, okay, what goes with this? We'll offer that. Or what can we upsell them to? So if you actually, your average order value may be $80, if you can get that up 20%, maybe to $100, it may be no big deal for you. It might be, hey, would you like to have this? Okay. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. But if you got that average order value back, you're going to make a lot more money on your first order. So by maximizing your order value, you will make more money on your initial order, as your cost to attain the customer is usually the same regardless of your order. So whether your customer is ordering $80 or $100 worth, your Facebook ad, your agency ad, your product or service might change a little bit, but a lot of those costs will stay the same regardless. Now, this is where it's really important, and we're getting into the juicy things. You need to understand the lifetime value of your customer. And a lot of people who are advertising don't understand this concept, and that's where they're going to make the wrong decisions based on their advertising. A lot of people go, okay, I sold this much money and it cost me this much. I'm not making any money. I'm working for free. Why would I do advertising? Why would I invest in Facebook just to give them money? Okay. It's very common not to make any money or even lose money when you acquire a new customer. And I'll read that again because I really want that to sink in. It's very common not to make any money or even lose money when you acquire a new customer. In the newspapers 5 years ago or 10 years ago, we often lost money. We put it out there. We had no idea how many sales we got, but we were willing to make that loss for the extra sales that we get. Now that we've got digital marketing, a lot of people have actually lost that concept, and they're actually going, well, I need to make money on this, otherwise it's not worth it. But you need to understand your figures, okay? Acquiring the new customer, you may not make any money and you may make a loss even, okay? However, you need to have a look and understand how much is this new customer that I otherwise wouldn't have got, your cold audience customer, how much are they going to spend with me in the next year or 2 years or 3 years? And that's what we call the lifetime value of the customer. Okay, I might not make any money on the first transaction, but am I going to make money in the second, third, fourth, fifth, the sixth transactions when you don't need to pay Facebook costs, when you don't need to pay your agency, etc., right? And that's where you're going to make your money. So I give an example of this of a massage therapist. I say to the massage therapist, how much do you charge an hour for massage? She goes, oh, probably around $80 an hour. I said, that's fine. That's great. So how much, if I said to you, your Facebook ads cost would actually cost you $50 to acquire that new customer that you otherwise wouldn't have got, would you do that? And she goes, no, forget it. I'm not going to work for $30 an hour. I've got the rent. I've got the washing of the towels. I've got the oils. I've got my time. I'm not going to work for $30 an hour. So it's not worth you advertising. No, it's not. Okay. She could have made her decision right there to not advertise. However, I continue. I say, well, how many times does this person come back to you? Oh, if I'm good and they really like me, they'll probably come back once a month. I said, yeah, probably, because, that's what I do. I go back quite regularly to have a massage. Okay, so that would be, let's be conservative. Let's say once a month, okay? That'd be $8, $12, $960 a year that they'd spend on you. Yeah, that's right. Now would you spend $50 to acquire that customer? Oh, the penny dropped, okay? This is what is so important, to actually understand your lifetime value. And if you can understand that, you'll understand the importance of keeping that relationship going after the sale through emails, through perhaps even Facebook posts that are going out to them, through all these different multi-pronged approaches that I discussed in step 1 to get them coming back. Because, yeah, you're not guaranteed that they're going to come back, but it's your responsibility, again, as the business owner, to keep the communication going, keep that relationship going, and keep them coming back to you. So the lifetime value of the customer can be calculated by AOV, average order value, times the number of times people come back per year. Okay. Once you understand this, you'll realize how important it is for your business to have a strategy in place to get this new customer coming back and buying again and again. And it's at this time that you will make profits, when you don't need to pay for any acquisition costs like ad spend and or agency fees. Does that make sense? I think as a business owner, before you start your digital strategy, if you understand this, you can create a digital strategy that will basically work for most businesses. Now, not all businesses, but most businesses can actually make paid advertising work for them. Okay, if you do it right and if you understand right. Now, I want to do a little bit of an activity, a very quick activity here. Okay, what we're going to understand is the lifetime value of the customer and whether it's worth it for this business to actually participate in paid advertising. And I'm going to be looking at some figures. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is looking at three, I think, different business structures. Okay, we're going to look at the upsells and cross-sells that a business might put in place. We're going to look at the lifetime value. And at the end, we're going to find out, is it worth this business on its current structure using paid ads to bring in new business? Okay, so our first one is an e-commerce store. Here are some figures that they've given us. The average cost of acquisition, the cost of the product is $30. The average cost of the ad is $30. The average cost of the agency cost is $15. So the total average cost of the product is around $75. Okay. Now, what is the average sale price or the average order value? Come back to them, they say it's about $120. Okay, so they're making $45 profit on each transaction. But if we can actually get them to come back, if we can actually get them to buy more, so they're going to spend $120, but if we could actually get them up a little bit more, that'd be fantastic. So if we can get them to purchase a limited edition bag for $20, okay, that's all it is. Hey, would you like to buy this bag with your beautiful new dress that you bought? Okay, it's only $20 extra. You're going, well, I don't have to pay any more for shipping. I might as well. It's half price. So you buy the bag for $20. So your average sale price is now $140. Your average cost price, okay, it was $30. Now it's $35, obviously putting the price of that extra product on. And your average profit is $105. Okay. Then you get them to come back, and this is later on. They might come back 4 times a year. Okay, so let's have a look at their lifetime value. $120 less your average cost of your product, $30. Average profit is $90. That's lifetime value. This is without any of the ad costs, etc. Okay, so they come back on average 4 times a year, and now your average profit per customer is $360. So is it worth them advertising? Okay, that's the question. Now we can see that they're making a profit. So, you know, digital marketing is a numbers game. So obviously if they're making a profit, we assume that it should be okay. But let's look at this power of this. They've got 2 new customers a day. Okay, that would be $840 a day that they would make. 4 new customers a day, an extra $1,680 per day. 10 new customers, $4,200, and 10 new customers, $42,000 per day. 100 new customers, $42,000 a day. All right. So it's an exponential effect as well. Okay. So we have an e-commerce store, a beauty e-commerce store now. Okay. The average cost of the product's a bit more. It's $50. The average cost of the ad is $40. Agency's $15. Total average cost of the product is $105. However, the average sale price is $80. So they're making a $25 loss. Okay. However, if we actually look at their lifetime value, the further value without the ad costs on, the average sale price is $80. This is after an upsell. Okay. So let's do an upsell. Let's go back here first. If we can get them to purchase an extra $20, okay, the average profit is $45 now. And if they come back 12 times a year, they buy, it might be a cleanser or something like that they need to reuse, a shampoo or conditioner, then that would be $540 a year. Okay, so if they have an $80 average sale and less the cost of the product, it's $30, no ad spend or whatever. Now, they come back 12 times a year. So they may have made a loss on their first sale, but on their second sale, they're making $30. And assuming that they come back 12 times a year, that's $360. So they are making a profit on the second transaction, just not on the first transaction. Is it worth it? 2 customers a day, 2 new customers a day is 1,080 a day. 4 new customers, 2,160. 10 new customers, 5,400. 100 new customers a day, 54,000. Again, you're scaling it up. So is it worth it for them to do it? Yes, it is, because they're coming back. They're not making money on their first. So this client might be going, oh, I'm not doing ads. I'm making a $25 loss each time. What's the use? I might as well just give the product away for free. They didn't look at their lifetime value and the costs of taking out the ad spend and the agency, making $360 a year on this person. Is it worth it? Now it is, and we can see that. Then we have a toy, an e-commerce store, okay? The average cost of the product is $80, average cost of the ad, $40, cost of agency, cost of product is $135. Your average sale price is $100, they're making a $35 loss. Now, if we thought the same way that we thought beforehand, we'd be going, well, yeah, they didn't make a profit on the first transaction, but they did later on, so it was worth it, okay? However, only if you can upsell them to a product. They don't come back. It's a once-off purchase, okay? This is a toy, so they're not going to come back. So the average loss of the new customer is $35, okay? You can upsell them perhaps to get that $35 loss out, but then again, you're not making any money. You'd have to, double it perhaps, the sale price, to be able to make some money on it. So even if you did actually upsell them and cross-sell them to another product, $35, you'd still just be at break-even point, okay? But they don't come back. It's a once-off purchase. It's a toy. Is it worth it? Unless your business sells a product that the customer will buy more than once, it's not likely that advertising will work for you. With these figures, it's not likely. However, with different figures, a once-off transaction could work. All right. If you had a higher price product and you were making more margin on it, it definitely could work. But based on this scenario, it's not going to work. So do you understand how important it is to look at your figures, your costs, your lifetime value to see whether it's going to work for your business or not? Now, I just wanted to introduce you to some amazing courses that TAFE Queensland have that I really think will help you in the understanding of what I've actually explained, okay? And, I can only share so much in an hour, and I wanted to cover these things with you because it gives you an understanding before you start digital marketing for your business. Okay, there's no use jumping in if you haven't got the understanding. But TAFE Queensland has introduced these great micro-credential courses that are available. And Karen, you can probably speak to them a little bit more about this at the very end if you want to, about the courses. But I just want to outline to you these micro-credential courses that are available for all Queensland residents, Queensland businesses, okay? And these will help you in understanding what I've spoken to you about digital marketing, about the different facets of digital marketing, and how you can actually use this powerful resource that we have to bring new customers into your business and to actually increase sales and profits, because that's why we're all in business, is to get sales and profits for ourselves. Okay, so there are 2 major courses that we've got. We've got the Facebook and Instagram Canva micro-credential course. And in this course, we talk about organic strategies, Facebook business pages, customer avatars, which I mentioned before, introduction to Canva, which is a powerful graphic design platform that's available. And we actually go through hands-on in that, Canva hands-on creation, Facebook groups, customer funnels, customer journey. Some of these concepts you would have heard me mention before. We go a lot more in depth into these to explain how you can apply these to your business, and Facebook and Instagram paid advertising. We also have, so basically we'll talk about what I outlined here. So with the organic strategies, different strategies available if you don't want to do paid advertising. A lot of people don't want to do paid advertising for their business. They can't afford it wherever they're at, whatever it is. There are organic strategies available, and we speak about all the different organic strategies or the non-paid strategies that you can use in your business. We also talk about your Facebook business page, creating and optimizing a business page. You want your page to be, your business page, to be exactly who you are. And that might take a little bit of effort, putting in your website, making it pretty, doing your bio and all of that, because again, from I spoke to you before, it's about building that trust. So we'll go through in this course and show you how to optimize or create a business page that's going to reflect you and have all the information that you need on that. Also, we talk about that customer avatar, that 35-year-old female, okay? How to find your ideal client and what questions that you need to ask yourself in order to find these. Because I always say to my clients, the better that you understand who your ideal customer is, the better that you can market to them. Introduction to Canva. Canva, as I said, is an amazing platform that's been around for quite a while. However, it just propelled its popularity through COVID, where a lot of people are actually doing professional graphics that only you could pay a graphics designer years ago to do. You can actually create that quite simply in this program. Okay, so we'll show you hands-on the power of this publishing application, and we'll also create some amazing graphics together. So what we do is we go through how to use this program, and we'll create graphics together and send you home with the tools to create your own. Okay, and also we talk about Facebook groups. We outline the power of a Facebook group for your business and how to utilize one. That's another organic strategy. Okay, and very powerful strategy, because there's usually a lot of interaction that goes together with a Facebook group. There's a lot of engagement, there's a lot of trust building, and that's what we're on social media. That's what we're on there for, to socialize, to build trust and credibility about your business. We'll also talk about the customer funnel, what a Facebook funnel is, and how you implement one in your business. Okay, again, it's all about this trust. You need to build that trust with your customer. And the customer journey. You need to take your audience on a customer journey from a cold audience, one that otherwise wouldn't have heard about you before, who has never heard about you before, doesn't know who you do, who you are, what you do, whether they can trust you, all of that. We take them through that journey, then to a point that they trust you and they're ready and willing to buy. And this is a powerful strategy to use. And we also touch on Facebook and Instagram paid advertising. We'll give an outline of what's required to advertise in Facebook and Instagram. We'll talk about the Facebook Pixel, Ads Manager, audiences, scripts, images, everything to prepare you for your paid advertising journey. Then we have another micro-credential course, which is an amazing course, and it's called Social Media Marketing Essentials. And that's also available for businesses. And what we cover in that one is the marketing mix, identifying your target market, the benefits of branding, promotional options available, elements of advertising, formulating a marketing plan, fundamentals of online marketing, and different methods of advertising. So the marketing mix, we cover about the 5 Ps of marketing. When you understand these concepts of marketing and what you need to cover, the better that you can create a strategy that's going to be working for your business. Because put it this way, any business that's successful doesn't have ad hoc strategies, doesn't just go, oh, today we'll promote that, today we'll do that, today we'll do that. They have a strategy in place and they follow the strategy step by step. And the marketing mix will show you, the 5 Ps will show you exactly of that. Identifying your target market. Again, it's sort of a lot of crossover on these micro-credential courses, but they reiterate each other. Researching, segmentation and target marketing. How are you actually going to research your target market? How are you going to segment your target market? It's not everyone's just in the one bucket. Your market could be different buckets. How are you going to target them? How are you going to speak to them? Okay, if they're in different buckets, they all might be your customers, but you might need to address or talk to them differently. Because as I mentioned before as well, the better that you can talk to me, the better I'll listen. There's no use talking to me like you're going to talk to a 65-year-old male, because it'll go in one ear and out the other ear. Okay. If you need to segment your market, you need to talk to that market, to who they are. The benefits of branding, understanding why branding is so important. Again, it all goes down to trust. Can I trust you? Are you a reputable brand? And if your actual branding is not up there, then people are going to go, I don't know them. I don't trust them. They look a little bit cheap for me. So branding is very, very important. Promotional options, the traditional versus online. I've spoken to you about the newspapers that we used to use. Some of that still is valid. Okay. Magazines are still around. Radio is still around. TV is still around. Okay, you still got that traditional marketing, and then we've also got this online, which is what I've spoken about today. So there are different promotional options available for each business. The formulating a marketing plan, the basic elements of writing an ad and marketing plan. Again, it's all about the strategy. It's all about the planning. What I say to all my clients in Facebook is that 80% is actually in the planning and 20% is actually putting your ads in Ads Manager. So a lot of people don't do that. They just go, oh, I want to create an ad, and they just go in there and create it. That's why a lot of people don't have success. It's all about the plan. Fundamentals of online advertising, keywords, SEO, pay-per-click, okay? All very, very important when you're creating your strategy. The different methods of advertising, popular versus the traditional social media platforms available, where your target marketing and what platforms they're using. So where is your target market? Where are they? What are they using? Are they on TikTok? You know, are you not understanding what TikTok's about? Perhaps, you know, a lot of people think that TikTok is 16-year-old girls dancing. It actually isn't at the moment, and it's actually growing. And the 35-year-olds are actually getting onto it a lot more. Between the 35 and 55 is growing exponentially as well. So where is your target market, and where are they hanging out? And are you on there? Are you in their face on the platform that they're in? They might be in 2 or 3, but you actually need to understand that. Engagement opportunities for each of the platforms. Okay. If you are going to TikTok, are you going to be creating videos that are going to be attracting people? Okay. Because Facebook posts don't work on TikTok. All right. So if you're going to be in the platform, you need to be engaging with what's actually happening on the platform. So thank you, everyone. I'm pretty good with time. It's 5 minutes left. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I know it's a lot that I've tried to cover in an hour, but the thing is, these are the fundamentals that I wanted you to understand, because the better that you can understand this, the better that you can take your next step into digital marketing for your company or your business. Okay. It isn't easy. However, it's certainly strategic and certainly should be done by every business, and done properly, amazing results can happen. And we see this every day in brands that are being built huge, and it's not taking a lot of time like it used to before. So just a little bit about Spunky Monkey Media before we finish. I have a small team and myself who actually manage paid Facebook ads. We manage paid Instagram ads and TikTok ads as well. We are moving into TikTok now, because I personally believe that TikTok is the next boat that we all need to be on. What that might look like might be different for each business. However, TikTok is something that really needs to be explored. So my agency is going into TikTok with paid ads, but also with user-generated content video creation. We're actually creating videos for clients as well to use on their TikTok. You can use it on YouTube. You can use them on Facebook and Instagram even. User-generated content is becoming a lot more popular throughout the whole platforms. And when I talk about user-generated content, it's about a person, and they don't necessarily need to be an influencer or anything, just a normal everyday person using your products or services and loving it. Okay, and they're on there just explaining about it. User-generated content is something that's moving with the times, is going to be huge. So my agency is creating user-generated content videos for clients as well. We do email marketing. Again, it's a holistic thing. So we can look after your email marketing. We can look after your social media posting. And we also have a Google advertising partner as well. So that really, you know, suffices a lot of the platforms out there, because as I said, it's a multi-pronged approach. No use just having one part, 20% of the part, it's not going to give you the results that you're looking for. So that's a little bit about my company. If you want to get in contact with me, just email us, search us on the website, on Google, Spunky Monkey Media. It's a name that's really quite easy to remember. and get in touch with us and we can have a chat. I give free audits about your business to see whether your Facebook ad's ready, and we'll discuss some of the things that we spoke about today to determine whether we're a good fit to work together as well if you're interested in an agency. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you,
Shane.
Thanks, Shenny. Yeah. Oh, good. You saw Shane's comment.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Shane. I saw a chat come through. I just wanted to finish what I was saying. Thank you, Shane, for attending, and thank you for that comment.
So we had a couple of other people on with us today as well. And yes, it was very interesting. Loads of great information there for anyone going into business or addressing the potential growth opportunities of their business as well. And if you're interested in any of those micro credentials that TAFE has on offer, you just need to do a Google search for TAFE Queensland micro credentials, and that will take you to the page that provides the link to all of those great courses that Shenny gave you some information on there today. So thank you, Shenny. This recording will go up on a YouTube link that will be shared with the world. And yeah, thanks Shane and Gary, and who else did we have on there today? Shane, Gary and Royce for being part of today. And yes, we will end the recording now. All of you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Shenny.
Thank you.